Given by Ms. Jessica Duff.
Thank you guys very much. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, I always try to be someone that stands out in a crowd. Obviously not literally, seeing as I'm only 5 feet tall, but I like to think that I have some traits that make me stand out among others, some things that make me very proud to be who I am today. I like to think of myself as a very strong-willed person, always looking to improve where I can, when I can. My parents taught me that hard work and determination were the two main keys to having a successful life. When it came to school, I did my best to use those keys in order to do well. Education is very important to my family, and they wanted to make sure I started off on the right path by sending me to Christ the King and then to Mount St. Mary. My parents' decision to send me to those schools prepared me very well for who I am today. The intense courses, ridiculous amounts of homework, and arduous hours I spent preparing for tests and projects made life in college a lot easier. That hard work paid off with a scholarship to the University of Tennessee, and I was able to keep our family tradition of being a Tennessee volunteer alive. Those values also kept me sane as I obtained a double major and double minor in just 4 years. I finished with a major in broadcasting as well as sport management and a minor in French and in business. As a Tennessee grad, my blood obviously runs orange. But I remember when my Tennessee pride first came to fruition. I was 7 years old and Tennessee was playing Arkansas up in Fayetteville. My family was watching the game on Tennessee, and I remember cheering for Arkansas saying, "Go Hogs!" My dad turned, looked at me and said, "Do you want to sleep outside tonight?" We cheer for the Vols in this house. Now, of course, he was kidding. Obviously, he wouldn't make me sleep outside. But that day, I started cheering on the Vols at any and every opportunity given. Being a Tennessee fan sort of defines who I am now. I take pride in anything relating to my family's alma mater. Another reason that UT means so much to me, it's where I met my husband, Brandon. We met our freshman year of college in our 8 a.m. Biology 101 class. There were over 250 students in the lecture, and we found each other in that huge class. We developed a friendship over the next few weeks, and by late September of our freshman year, we started dating. We dated all 4 years of college, and a month before graduation, he popped the question. We were engaged just over a year and got married back in Little Rock at Christ the King on June 9th of 2007. After the wedding and a wonderful honeymoon in Ireland, we settled in an apartment in Knoxville, Tennessee. I was working full-time in the admissions department of a hospital there, and I was also a part-time sports assistant in the CBS affiliate there. But around May of 2008, Brandon got a job offer at St. Vincent's, and we only had a few weeks to make a decision on whether or not we wanted to move back home. After some short deliberation, we packed up and said goodbye to our home of the past 6 years and moved to Little Rock. A month after we moved here, I got a job at Channel 11 and began working on the morning show. Last summer, we decided to take advantage of the buyer's market and bought our first home, and then in this past December, we expanded our family, no, not with a kid. We bought a puppy. We named him Neeland, which is further proof of our shared love of Tennessee. For those of you that don't know, that's the stadium that Tennessee plays football in. Now, the last thing I wanted to tell you about today is something that people almost immediately point out when they first meet me. I am a sports fanatic. I know more about sports than my mom, my dad, my brother, and even my husband, although he may not agree. And in some cases, I do know more than my friends. I wake up and fall asleep to SportsCenter. I'm passionate about the games, the teams, the players, and the dynamic of it all. If I need to find a way to relax, I just put on a football game or a basketball game. I played sports growing up, but gymnastics was always my favorite. However, I do think it's a bit underrated. I wish that gymnastics got more attention than just the Summer Olympic Games. I grew up around the sport. My mom was a coach and a judge for gymnastics for over 20 years. I also love professional sports, especially the NFL. And obviously, since Peyton Manning is a Tennessee grad, I've become a Colts fan over the past 12 years. I love college basketball and the craziness that ensues every March. But above all, my favorite sport is college football. Sitting among thousands of fans in that crisp fall weather as I watch the game unfold, it just doesn't get any better than that. Unless, of course, Rocky Top is playing. Growing up in Arkansas as a Vols fan has been very tough, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, and I revel in talking about my Vols and showing off my Vol pride. It's sort of a fun conversation topic, an icebreaker if you will, and here people associate me with Tennessee sports all the time. I'm a regular on 103.7 The Buzz if you listen to that radio station. My nickname is the Volunteer Vixen, and they intro my calls with Rocky Top. My family went to Tennessee, and I still have family that lives in Tennessee. I met Brandon at Tennessee. It's just all a part of who I am. I may get razzed for being all things Tennessee, but hey, it just comes with the territory. My parents also had a little something to do with getting that Tennessee pride started. And that hard work and determination that my parents taught me, well, I still use those values in my career, my goals, and everyday activities. Being a Tennessee fan, being a girl that loves sports, and being someone who works hard no matter what gets in the way, it's all just part of who I am. Thank you.